Boom, shake the room everyone. I am on my way to the gym. I was about to speak in German. Because as you guys might know, and I told you in my last video, I have got a 3-week vacation. So I'm on holiday and yeah, some things have happened which I need to fill you in on, because this is the documentary of my 120-day challenge. So today's day 71 of my still in the bulking phase, because we do 90-day of bulking and then 30-day of cutting. On the 20th of August I will finish my bulk, and on I think the 25th or 23rd of September I'm gonna be finishing the actual full-on program. So still got a bit of time. I'm in the bulk, but the last couple of days I didn't manage to train at all. That has a couple of reasons and I want to show you later on. As you can see here, I had 2 of these, I don't know what they're called, you know, when you've got like these dots on your skin. I've got them removed and they needed to be stitched up on my back, and therefore I wasn't allowed to train because you know, when skin pulls and stuff, that was quite dangerous. So the doctor said, well, Mark, you're not allowed to train. I'm like, well, I'm on this challenge, what do I do? Well, you do nothing, right? So I had 3 or 4 days of not training at all. Today is Sunday, which is normally an off day, but I still want to train today because I feel like I missed out. But I'm not going to complain. Like I said, this is normal that stuff like this happens, and I just thought I'll just fill you guys in. So now, heads up, we're heading to the gym, and I'm probably going to do a bit of chest, you know, bench pressing, dips and stuff like that. See how that works out lying on the back, actually, because I've got the stitches on my back. Here we go. Good morning guys, what's cracking? It is day 71 on my challenge, and I'm again in front of the gym here. You can see this, and this time around I did something different. I actually got myself a hot coffee. It's called Lila Bäcker, you know, it's like a bakery. And you know, don't get me wrong, this is the only place I could find a coffee. It's not like in the UK where we've got Costa, Starbucks and all these things. Because we don't live in the center of Berlin, we live a bit on the outskirts, and therefore it's not that common in Germany to have coffee shops. So you mostly get your coffee from a bakery or a petrol station, or even like, I actually don't know. Me being German. So, little rant here going on, mini rant, okay, not too long. Talking about steroids, because I've got an email, and I'm gonna blend this in here if I haven't deleted it. I was just about to show you, but I forgot my phone at home. So I might give you a screenshot here if I think, and I still have it. It's the second time I got this email from a supplier in China offering me steroids. Any types of, or anabolic steroids, anything related to that. You can see it, here's like a list. I don't really even remember what it really was, but I could, you know, buy it and then, you know, basically resell it to my clients. And I was really shocked. I was like, my God, people are so, you know, pushing for sales in terms of on this market, and I'm like, fuck, what's going on, right? But then the other thing, which I'm not surprised, I saw this documentary. I don't know if I was talking about this to you guys already. I talked about it to my clients because I was so shocked. Again, 1 in, let me think, 3 people takes steroids as a male in the UK. 60,000 people in the UK take anabolic steroids, and then it was showing that 2 people who were taking it, and they were interviewing them and, you know, taking them through their life cycle and asking them why did they take it and how did they feel and all this stuff. And basically the guys, and this is the thing, right? When you take this stuff, when you're on juice, you feel like a superhuman. You feel like you can lift, obviously you can lift more. You feel like Hulk, and it's basically you cycle them. So you take them, you're on a cycle, and you cycle them back off, and then you go back on. Because most of the time what they are, it's a derivative of a testosterone isotope, sorry, not derivative is I'm too much in my financial stuff at the moment. Isotope, so what it basically does is as you take it, your own body testosterone levels start to drop because you're taking more testosterone, sort of, you know, steroid based supplements. And your body at one point thinks, you know what, if I get so much from the outside, I don't have to produce it myself anymore. This is where the crux lies in. That's why there are these cycles, because what they want you to do is to take it and then cycle off, cycle back on, cycle off. But what most of the time happens, people stay on it all the time. And therefore, their whole body system is fucked up. That's just what it is. That's it in a nutshell. And I'm not surprised that, I mean, you know, Rich Piana, it's like one of the biggest bodybuilders out there, but he was, he died, right? He hit his head on a toilet, and I think that's what people are saying. Well, it wasn't really his steroids what made him die, but at the end of the day, he was sort of openly talking about taking steroids. And then the most recent and saddest one is Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman, 7 times Mr. Olympia, right? The biggest dude on the planet. He has I think the lower bit of T5, L4, L5, the lower spine, a couple of disc problems, and I think even his vertebrae broke. So his lower back is totally fucked up because, and now comes the point, what happens as you take these, as you're on juice, is you are able to lift much more because your muscle starts growing exponentially. But what doesn't adapt as fast is your tendons and your bone mass. So your bone mass and tendons cannot adapt to that sort of increase of strength. So you feel like, yeah, I can all of a sudden lift much more weight, and you can because your muscle is able to. But just think about it, like, you know Herbie, you know, the Käfer, what is it called? Oh, there's a car in Germany, it's like a Beetle, that's what it's called, the Beetle car. The old Beetle car, you could put a Porsche motor into the Beetle car, because the Beetle car was one of the first cars which has a back motor. Why am I talking about this? Because if you put a Porsche motor in a car, like, which has normally 50 horsepower, now it has 300, is just not sustainable, because that car all of a sudden goes 200 miles an hour, but the brakes and the steering system and everything is not set for that speed. It obviously can go straight. If you just drive straight and nothing happens, you probably, you know, maybe you're gonna lose a wheel at one point, but you are able to go that speed. It's the same with steroids. If you take them, your body will grow and get bigger and all that stuff. But what doesn't adapt is the basis of, you know, the foundation of every house, every car, every body is, you know, something like the skeleton has to be there. Like your body, your bone mass has to be right, or adapt to it. And the tendons and all that stuff, and the ligaments, what I'm telling you. So yeah, I know this is now 6 minutes, so I'm gonna stop here now. I'm gonna go train. Let me leave some thoughts of yours in the comment box below, because I would be interested in what you guys think about this stuff. But you know, I think it's good that awareness comes up, and I actually think, in one way, as sad as it is for Ronnie Coleman, I think it is good that it's coming out that way, because he lost, I think, 60% or 70% of his muscle mass. He looks like basically a shit right now. He's in a wheelchair, and he's even making fun of himself, right? But that's the thing. Is that where you want to head towards? And I think awareness has to raise. And that's also why my superhero challenge, it's not gonna be like I'm gonna be from super fat to hammered, shredded, and look like Hulk all of a sudden, because it's not possible. It is just not possible to do it in a natural way. And all I'm doing is I'm drinking coffee, I'm eating normal food like every other dude out there on the planet, except those who think they live on Instagram and need to prove something to the world. I don't know. But think about it, guys. Taking steroids will put a strain onto your body for the long term, and you're gonna damage yourself and maybe even die. It's not worth it. I'm gonna drink my coffee and train now. See you guys.